his go. Big kick this, because the Blues have got a handy lead, but they need all of that, you'd think. Now, they won't get too many gifts tonight. Looking good. Has he got the distance? The Irishman's jigged it through.
Makes a difference, doesn't it, if you can attack through the centre square. And once they got the free kick out on the wing, Carlton, they were able to actually deliver the ball back into the middle to Jacobs. And when you attack through the centre square, no matter how many players you got back in defence, it's hard to cover all the angles.
Well, if you do it quickly, I mean, you like to get off your direct opponent to help out in the air, but if it's quick and if the kick's low and hard like it was there by Andy Carrazzo, it doesn't matter how fast you are, you're not going to cut it off.
Well, Andrew Carrazzo just set up that goal for Satanta, and he's doing a great job on Nick Del Santo. He's been tagging him all night. Very, very hard tag. Nick's getting really frustrated. 5 possessions to 3. That's a real win for Carlton at this stage.
So the margin 20 points. It was 21 at quarter time. Jones got it from Hayes. Comes wide there to Johnson. Johnson gave it away to Lucas. Looping hand pass. Betts back inside. Good spot for it. Armfield Yarran.
There you go. We've highlighted Sam Gilbert's ability to help out his fellow defenders, but really important for Carlton to isolate him. And Chris Yarran knows his way around the forward line.
Well, it was that inside hand pass to Armfield. There was no doubt that Gilbert was going to get where the ball was going to go until we got that handball came back inside. Then all of a sudden Yarran
actually 5 metres, Lenny
had the best position.
Huge kick, this one. For all the work that the Saints have done and the improved form they've shown, this actually will increase the lead on what it was at quarter time if it's a goal. He gives it a ride into the night sky, well, into the night roof, and he puts it through.
Well, we can tell Carlton's intent. They want to bring the ball back inside whenever possible. Now, that probably everybody's got that intent, but they're determined tonight. This was a really risky hand pass by Betts, but as soon as he got it back inside, you saw Gilbert, who was floating off to go where the ball was, the pressured kick was going to go. And that enabled Yarran to outposition him.
A definite shift in the way they were approached the previous 5 minutes to bring it back in fast like that.
So Eddie Betts, look at him come here to get
caught unawares, no doubt about that. That's unfortunate for Brendan Goddard.
Twice he's picked by it. Well, Richo and Tim talked about Satanta helping these 3 little helpers. I mean, Yarran, Garlett and Betts, they've all been terrific. All 4 of them amongst the goals. Betts the only one without one, but he's certainly assisted. And again from the centre, Carlton were able to get it forward, but Thornton's kick cut off by Geary out wide. So the Saints with a little mountain to climb here.
We just saw a stat before where it was marks inside 50. It was 10 to Carlton and 4 to St Kilda. St Kilda only concede on average 9 for a game. And I don't reckon they would have anticipated such a large discrepancy in that particular statistic so early in the game.
And the Saints' marks inside 50 have not been impressive since Revolt's not been there.
Yep.
Just 7 in their last 2 matches, 4 and 3.
Just stand up, just stand up.
Cossey's off the ground at the moment. Clark's gone to full forward, Ref Clark.
Just little things too, St Kilda would hope to have 70 or 80 tackles a game. So far, halfway through the second quarter, they've got 20, so they're on target for 50 or 60, which is far too low.
They've been down in that category all year. They were so dominant last year, and it's one part of the game where they have actually been down in 2010.
Free kick.
It was a high tackle, so Goddard's free.
Payback, Bruce, perhaps.
And Goddard kicks to the pocket. Milne read it best. He was the only one taking off, but it ran away from him.
Good crowd too on a Monday night. What would you say? A partial sellout, few vacant seats. Another ruckman touched the footy. Camped in front, a rather untidy kick coming out. Came from Joseph. Out of bounds on the full. Graham will put it back in. Milne darting about down there. Big pack at the drop. In from the side. Kazitsky almost tries to get it out. It's picked up though by Russell. Oh, Judd, well done. They combine brilliantly. Russell and Judd. This is Lucas. Delays the hand pass. Now Scotland's away into the path of Yarran. Waite is running back. Yarran needs to control it. Waite wants the football. Yarran decides to have a shot. Puts it to the square. Almost Garland. He'll kick a goal. He'll kick a goal. There were 3 foot races on them.
Well, isn't pace a wonderful thing? Yeah, he's a quick player, Gilbert, but Yaron, he had a yard on him. He carried the footy for about 20 metres and he still had a yard on him. It was fantastic, this clearance here. This is the one.
It's effortlessly. You look at this, Sam Gilbert, he looks like he's really straining, and it almost looks like Chrissy Yaron's in a bit of a stroll, but just had enough to just get it in, and the Satana's little helpers are dangerous.
That area, 10 or 15 metres out, they've got about 4 or 5 goals from doing that so far.
He's kicked 3. That was like chasing the Jamaican relay team.
It looked pretty effortless, Bruce, I've got to say.
He was moving.
They were brilliant. Well, the Jamaicans moved too, Lee, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for certain, the Saints are going to have to kick 50 points tonight if they're going to win. That's something they haven't done in the last couple of weeks. But they're going to get one here, you'd think. Stevie running onto it. Has he got it? It's just one of those nights.
Wow.
Well, they've missed a few tonight. We haven't sort of worried about the few they've missed because they've been behind, but they've missed a lot of chances. They've crawled up to 3 goals 6.
Free kick for Tom.
They're playing more like the Jamaican bobsled team at the moment.
Armfield to Murphy. Some of their own back there. Schneider. Jones. Stephen, can he kick his second? He can. Jack's a ripper.
And that's important for Carlton. They've been playing the ball on. They tried to play it on half-back. Didn't work. St Kilda caught the goal. They can't go back into their shells. They've got to say, OK, that didn't work, but we've got to make sure we want to move the ball quickly, continue to move it quickly, even though every now and again you're going to get penalised by a turnover.
I think where St Kilda have been so successful this year is it's almost that inferred pressure, and sides playing against them go into their shell without the pressure actually being there. So Carlton have to absorb this and keep going with what's worked for them well tonight and bring the ball back into the corridor with speed.
Most inexperienced player on the field tonight, Jack Stephen. There's a forward 50. Kazitsky did go from the ground, came back on after about 5 minutes. So pretty open forward 50 here. These centre breaks, as Dennis talked to Nick Revolt about, so important. Geez, a good man, Lenny Hayes. Gets it across to Geary, inside the 50. No mark though to Clark. Jamison, some indecision, he dropped it away.
That was interesting, that last set of bounce. Kazitsky was in the centre bounce, and both King and Gardner started on the bench. They've got both ruckmen, both the 200-centimetre ruckmen.
So Ray's kick, Cossie the target, well done Cruiser, belting it away, Montaigne's quick, but he couldn't get there.
We saw something interesting over in the pocket before. Stephen Milne was being gang tackled and harassed by 2 Carlton players. I would have thought, let it go one-on-one, and if it's in your defensive 50, get over there to help outnumber with your mates.
Boundary throw-in outside the attacking 50 then. Cruiser and Kazitsky. Kazitsky very conscious of Cruiser, who finds the ball on the deck, forcing it forward. Lucas in the opposite direction, Montaigne. Hayes with a short pass, showed too much of it to the defender. Knocked away by Jamison. It was Clark on the lead.
And he is a good spoiler, Jamison. He's very
really
good at running with the lead, getting his fist through the punch.
Lenny Hayes up to 19 possessions. Here's Lucas, and we've still got just under 9 minutes to half-time. Oh, that was clever, Carazzo. Yaron's away. This is what they've been working towards all night. The run. Yaron inside the forward 50. They come from all angles. Garlett did pretty well. And again Garlett. Deep in the pocket. Satanta across to Garlett. He's got 4.
It's exactly what we saw Carlton do to Geelong a couple of weeks ago. They had their small forwards with genuine leg speed. In fact, St Kilda's that is very fancy work.
We thought it was going out.
St Kilda's backline, in terms of the way they structure up, quite one-dimensional. And so when you've got 3 really fast boys like they do, and Satanta's no slouch himself for a big fella, makes it pretty difficult to defend when it's moved quickly.
20-year-old Jeff Gartlett, still on the rookie list, has kicked 4 first-half goals here. Pulsating stuff, end-to-end footy.
Carlton have ran and attacked the St Kilda defence more tonight and a half than we've seen mostly for a month.
Goddard read it well from Cruiser, but got held up. Judd, who's been barging his way through in this first half. A high ball to half forward. Blake did very well.
That's him, Murph.
In front of Murphy.